Let's discuss with retired FBI Supervisory Special Agent Richard Kolko. Richard, thank you so much for being with us. What's your reaction to hearing some of these details?
Well, my reaction when I first heard about it earlier this morning was I said, this just sounds like a very grandiose plan. I'm not really sure that they would have the capability or ability to do this. However, I did speak to a senior law enforcement official just earlier today, and he clearly said that the FBI, United States Secret Service, and other partners stopped a potential attack from occurring this weekend. This was real, is what he told me.
Yeah, so I wonder when you hear about the group that this young man was allegedly communicating with. The mom says she doesn't know the name of the group, but that they express ultra-religious anti-government sentiments, specifically citing grievances about government corruption, the handling of the Epstein files, data centers taking up the water in communities, and other government actions. I mean, it sounds like this was a group coalesced around grievances against the federal government. Not uncommon.
Yeah, grievance collectors. Everything that didn't go their way made them mad, made them upset. They probably weren't successful in life, probably weren't getting where they needed to be. I know that some of them had served in the military, didn't have successful careers. A couple of them had tried to join the military, were not able to do as such. And FBI is going to be looking for the rest of them. They've identified, there were more than 20 different names that they found in this chat room. 14 of those names have been identified. They've got 5 in custody. They're looking to fully identify the rest of them, and we can expect more activity in this type of plot. And even though this didn't happen this weekend, there is a anti-government task force within the FBI recently stood up that is working on this to try and track down these type of people that mean to carry out these types of attacks in various locations.
Yeah, I wonder when you hear that they were planning to use armed drones to attack an area like the South Lawn at the White House, where airspace is perhaps the most restricted airspace in the world, right? When you were questioning how realistic a plan like this is, how do they go about in the investigation figuring out what is bluster or spitballing ideas for a terrorist attack and what is actually something that they were trying to set in motion?
Well, a lot of that will come from the forensic evidence, from the search warrants. The online stuff, you're right, a lot of the planning. But do the guns exist? Any explosives? Any drones that have been purchased and test flown? So they will, all of those things. Did somebody come here and do reconnaissance? Did they pull down maps and charts of the city of Washington, D.C. if they weren't familiar with it and actually come up with a plan? You know, the ability to carry out the plan, I find that difficult to believe. But we have to understand that once somebody makes a decision to do something dangerous, to do something like this, they may not be able to carry out this plan, but there are certainly other things they could do. They could stop at a pawn shop, pick up a handgun, and shoot up a daycare center.
Yeah.
So it's making that mental transition to, I want to do something, and then they go ahead and do that.
That's a really important point. When you hear that it was the mom that called in this tip, I mean, that's best case scenario, isn't it? See something, say something, right?
It came together exactly as it's supposed to. I mean, when you look at it, there's only about, I think, 13,500 FBI agents. That covers the whole country. You take the management ones out, the ones at the academy, that's not a lot of FBI agents. Only a couple thousand Secret Service agents, and most of them are in protective details. So the reality is they need people to pick up the phone, that have a responsibility to keep not only themselves safe, but their community safe. And my goodness, this mom did the right thing. Thank goodness.
Yeah, no doubt. To what you were speaking to before about there being these grievance groups out there wanting to cause harm. Obviously, in about a month and a half, we have the nation's 250th birthday, a lot of festivities happening here in the nation's capital. What could be learned from something like this?
Those people are out there. I think I can put that in one sentence. Those people are out there. They want to cause harm. 250th on the National Mall is going to be a prime target. And don't forget, probably every city in the rest of the country is going to have some sort of 250th event. So law enforcement is going to be maxed out this summer, getting ready. They've got FIFA going on. They've got 250 going on. They're busy with basketball, baseball, everything that's got law enforcement, just running and gunning all the time. Stressed. A lot of law enforcement departments are understaffed these days from just the changing in policing. So if you go into an FBI office, it's called the Special Events Coordinator and the Crisis Manager. They're the ones that help put together these protective plans. Usually they fall under Secret Service authority, but they're going to be very busy. And let's not forget, everybody's getting ready for the 2028 Olympics. Right. I mean, that's already started. When we talked about the FIFA, could they, FIFA has been said to be the largest sporting security event in history. I'm taking the word sporting out of there. It's the largest security event in history. 100-something games, 3 nations. just very, very busy, and we know it's going to be a tough time for law enforcement going forward.
No shortage of soft targets this summer. We're thankful that they are out there and that this mom apparently spoke up when she did.
Absolutely.
Richard Kolko, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.